Hello everybody. In this video, we will try to understand different padas of Vishakha Nakshatra. So the first pada of Vishakha Nakshatra basically varies from 20 degrees of Libra to 23.20 or 23 degree 20 minutes of Libra. So every Jupiter Nakshatra, whenever a planet is present in the first pada of a Jupiter Nakshatra, in the Navamsha chart, you can observe that planet generally goes to the sign of Aries. So every Jupiter Nakshatra's first pada is having, it basically has a Martian energy as time goes on. So whenever a planet is present in Vishakha first pada, as it is a Jupiter Nakshatra, in the Navamsha chart, you can find it is placed in the sign of Aries, right? So it's called Aries Navamsha. Vishakha first pada is called as Aries Navamsha. So Martian energy is present here. So Vishakha basically Jupiter's energy, and as it is in the sign of Libra, so there's a Venusian energy, and then as it is going in the sign of Aries in the Navamsha, it also has Martian energy. So see Jupiter, Mars and Venus. Jupiter and Venus are different sections, the gurus of different sections. Jupiter is a Deva Guru and Venus is a Daitya Guru or Rakshasa Guru, you say, right? So this pada is all about energy, impulse, so one pointedness and also social ambitions, because Libra sign itself is related to sociality, social behavior, right? And one more thing is a Vishakha energy basically loves this kind of partying behavior, right? Of course, you need to understand the Lagna Lord also here based on the horoscope, but Vishakha energy, right? The first pada energy has some social ambitions, right? So Mars in the Navamsha, Mars is present, so there is energy, there is a pure energy is present, the Martian energy, the impulsive energy, the one pointedness energy is always present in Vishakha first pada. And the one pointedness or this energy is basically dealing with the relationships, but of course passion and instinct, they are going to dominate instead of commitment and depth, right? So passion and instinct, because of Martian energy, so the passion and instinct actually have more say compared to the commitment and depth, where this Jupiter and Venusian energy is related. So if you observe, Mars is present in Vishakha first pada, or Venus is present in the Vishakha first pada, generally people say it's very good. Mars and Venus, they do good in Vishakha first pada. Because when a person has Mars in Vishakha first pada, and it obviously goes in the Aries sign, and this particular Aries sign Mars can give the person so much of passion and instinct, and also it's going to give good amount of energy, impulsive energy, and that is useful, right? So such energy is useful for doing some constructive things. And of course, if the other planetary positions are not so good, then it may not be a fruitful thing. right? But comparatively, Mars and Venus can do good in Vishakha first pada. Other planets, they don't do much better here. Of course, you need to check the overall horoscope, because if some other planet is present in the Vishakha first pada, uh, then you need to see the position of the Jupiter also, right? Because whatever planet present in Vishakha Nakshatra, it obviously works for Jupiter, right? If some planet like Mercury is present in Vishakha first pada, so it obviously works for Jupiter. And if Jupiter is well placed somewhere, right, in a very good house, then obviously this Mercury can also do well, right? But so overall horoscope is to be checked, but comparatively, naturally, you can say Mars and Venus by nature they do well in Vishakha first pada, but still you need to check the position of the Jupiter to for a final say. And the second pada, or the second quarter, you can say, it varies from 23 degree 20 minutes to 26 degree 40 minutes of Libra. And obviously, whichever planet is present in Vishakha second pada, it goes to the Taurus sign in the Navamsha chart. So more Venusian energy is present here, because Venus is the lord of Libra, and also as it is a Venus Navamsha, right? The Taurus Navamsha is ruled by Venus, so two Venus energies are coming here, and of course Jupiter energy is present. So you can just understand two gurus are coming in the picture. It's a double impact of Venus. So the durability, the endurance, right, are very much present in this particular pada. So planets here, they tend to give success in all the Venusian pursuits. Like they can have very good, they may try to have very good house, very good car, right? This particular Vishakha second pada energy, right? Of course, you need to check the position of the Jupiter, especially where, in which house this Jupiter is present. What is the strength of that Jupiter? Because whatever planet present in Vishakha Nakshatra, ultimately it works for Jupiter, right? But Vishakha second pada has lot of Venusian energy, and material ambitions are very strong in this particular planet. And we observe Vishakha is all about materialistic behavior. So they don't care even their dear ones. They are ready to put the dear ones also into the trouble for their material achievements. So material ambitions are strong here, and since this is the Pushkara Navamsha pada, so they are fulfilled to the degree allowed by the chart as a whole. If the whole chart is very much good, all the other planetary energies also good, then of course this Vishakha second pada is actually a very good, uh, it can give very good results, right? Because of more Venusian energy. So Vishakha second pada is a Pushkara Navamsha pada, you can understand. So we'll make another video on Pushkara Navamsha pada. So a third pada, if you observe 26 degree 40 minutes to 30 degrees of Libra, so the last part of the Libra sign you can find, obviously whichever planet is present in Vishakha third pada, it goes to Gemini Navamsha, it's ruled by Mercury. So mercurial energy is coming into the picture. So Vishakha's one-pointedness channels itself through thoughts, communication, philosophical and religious attitudes, right? So because here Mercury is coming to the picture, so the aspect of communication is more, right? The philosophical touch. So Mercury, uh, as Jupiter energy is present, and of course Venusian energy is present, as gurus are present, and Mercury is coming into the picture. Mercury is called as a buddhi. So obviously the mind goes to the religious attitudes, so there is a definite conflict between two opposing forces here. uh, One force demands the native to be light-hearted, open-minded, and jovial, right? So while the other one, it promotes the selfishness, a kind of deceiving behavior and anxiety, right? So there should be a balance, because here, as Mercury is a neutral planet basically, and you can understand Venus and Jupiter energies are present here. Mercury is neutral, so balancing this Venusian and Jupiterian energies is very much important. So you can understand here the light-heartedness, open-mindedness, jovialness. It's one side, and also the selfishness and also anxiety, a kind of deception, these are at one side. So, you know, it has to be balanced. So if you have a very good Mercury and a Saturn here, means Mercury being a very good, a lot of very good houses, that kind of Mercury is falling here. uh, and of course Saturn is also another planet which can do well in Vishakha third pada, generally people say, right? And the Libra, Saturn, Vishakha third pada, it does very well. So very good results it can give, Saturn. And I'm telling you again, the Jupiter's position is very much important, because every planet works for its nakshatra lord. So Saturn or Mercury, when they are present in here in the Vishakha third pada, ultimately they are going to work for the Jupiter. If Jupiter is very well placed, of course, the Mercury and Saturn will do very excellent here. And the fourth pada, if you observe, it starts from 0 degrees of Scorpio and extends till 3 degree 20 minutes of Scorpio. Obviously, whichever planet is present in Vishakha fourth pada, it goes to the Cancer Navamsha. So moon's energy is coming to the picture here. So this is the most one pointed of all Vishakha's padas, you can say. The one pointedness is very much high here. So as moon is present here, it is becoming very sensitive, right? All together, the whole energy is becoming very sensitive. Venus and Jupiter are at the other sides. You can say moon is also coming to the picture, which is a very soft planet, a female planet. So the turmoil here takes place on the emotional plane, because when moon is entering here, you can just understand the Cancer energy is also fully emotional. Cancer sign is the representation of an emotional energy. So making this a highly volatile energy, because of this particular Cancer is present here. And also transformative energy, it's a dangerous part of the whole zodiac, you can say. So Vishakha fourth pada is said to be a kind of it's not a very comfortable area basically in the whole zodiac. 360 degrees, the whole nakshatra system, you can say this Vishakha fourth pada is a kind of very sensitive area. It's the emotional part of this Cancer is coming to the picture, and Venus and Jupiter energy, the whole thing is a kind of messing up, right, kind of energy. So in its lowest aspect, if you observe, if Jupiter is also not very well placed, then just imagine it's a highly revengeful attitude it gives, because Scorpio energy is coming to the picture, right? It's also starting of the Scorpio. So the fresh energy of Scorpio is very much dangerous, very much revengeful. So Vishakha fourth pada, uh, it's very highly volatile. It's transformative. It's dangerous. In one word, you can say it's revengeful. So it's not a very good thing. Vishakha fourth energy is not a very good thing. But in higher aspect, if you observe, it can give some kind of penetrating insight, strong willpower, executive ability, because moon has that one, right? And the conviction necessary to, to completely understand the dark forces and even remove them, right? How to remove the dark forces, how to remove the negative energy. Such kind of abilities are also present here, but for this, a very well placed Jupiter can only do this, right? So it's it's a very very critical pada. Vishakha fourth pada, if your Jupiter is very nicely placed, if it has a lot of strength, then you can say you will become a great psychic master, right? The mastering abilities of psychicness you can see in Vishakha fourth pada. So totally, you can clearly understand, right? The Vishakha first pada, which is having this more Martian energy, is going to be very much passionate, because Mars is the representation of that passion, right? And it's a kind of good energy, right? And also, as we discussed, if you observe the planets like Mars or Venus, they can do very well, right? So that brings the social abilities. It's a kind of nice thing, the Vishakha first pada energy with Venus and Mars, Venus or Mars, right? And the second pada, basically it goes to the Taurus Navamsa. So much of Venusian energy is the material pursuits. The person is very much materialistic, because Vishakha, when we talk about that, we generally talk about more materialism. So all such materialistic energy comes into Vishakha second pada, and when you see the Vishakha third pada, obviously the Gemini, the Mercury energy is coming into the picture. So this Mercury is a buddhi which has to balance the Jupiter and Venus here. If some balance is missed, is going to be a kind of imbalancing energy. So Mercury and Saturn, because Saturn has the discipline to control the behavior of Venus and Jupiter here. So Saturn is a kind of it's more related to observation, keeping you very calm and quiet and observing more. So this kind of behavior can find balance between Venus and Jupiter. Even a very well placed Mercury is also means in the Vishakha third pada itself. The Mercury it belongs, if it belongs to some good house's lordship, then yes, and if it has some kind of good aspects also, this kind of Mercury can balance the Jupiter and Venus, and the persons can become very great administrators, you can say, because they can balance the asuric qualities of Venus and also sura qualities of Jupiter. That's going to be a very great thing altogether, right? And if you observe the Vishakha fourth pada, then obviously you can say the Cancer Navamsha is coming into the picture, the moon's energy. So it makes the whole thing very emotional, very psychic, very much in its lower aspect. Vishakha fourth pada is very dangerous. It's going to be a very much it can give a very revengeful attitude. It's a very sensitive thing, and but if the Jupiter is very well placed somewhere in your chart, and if you have Vishakha fourth pada's energy, and whichever planet is present in Vishakha fourth pada, that is going to make you a psychic master. You can be someone very much unique in the entire world. That is also there. So that's the whole thing. Altogether, Vishakha is more materialistic. It's in the present age of Kali. Generally, people say it's better we don't have Vishakha's energy, right? Because it always asks us to move in a bad path, and of course, when you are in bad path in the age of Kali, you may say yes. When people are bad in the age of Kali, they can gain a lot, but at the same time, observe the bad people in the age of Kali. They may not have much happiness, right? That is also there. Continuously see whatever happiness that the bad people enjoy in the age of Kali. That's not at all happiness. That's not at all a happiness. That's actually a kind of a different term we need to use, because that's not happiness. So obviously, Vishakha's energy may make you to go in a bad path in the age of Kali, and ultimately you will lose happiness, right? So when a person is continuously engaging in pursuing something and achieving something, material, running after materialistic gains, and even he's hurting his own dear ones in order to achieve those material gains, so he would lose all the peace of mind, and also his dear ones would also suffer. So this Vishaka's energy is not so comfortable until and unless the Jupiter is very much placed, very well placed. These people uh, can do wonders, but if the Jupiter is not very well placed, it's going to be very dangerous thing. So that's about different paths of Vishakha. Thanks for watching this video. In the next video, we'll try to understand the stories behind Vishakha, the interesting things uh, we have in the Vishakha's energy. Thank you for watching this video.